Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Coach Carrie, and in today's video I thought I would come in and grab an October currently page out of my big happy planner. This one I had from last year. This is an 18 month. This is the planner. This was from last year, 2023, and this is the dashboard layout that I usually use. And so I'm coming up on, actually I think it's more, I have October, November, and December in here, so it's gonna finish out. So it started from July, so yeah, this is the 18 month. I actually love this. This is really nice, and I used it mostly for like work and like what you call it, just like jotting down things. Like it got used pretty much. I did use it, but I thought I would come in and do a quick currently page, because October I didn't really have anything going on in October. However, stuff came up, so I figured what would be the perfect thing to do then to go ahead and kind of show what I got planned for the month of October. And yeah, so I figured I would do it in this big planner and kind of decorate this currently page. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to say thank you so much for those who've currently subscribed. Thank you a lot for actually following along on this journey with me. It seems good. It makes me feel good knowing that I can share some of my planner decorative ideas to you guys. And you know, I myself am learning about myself as I continue to do this decorative planning. So I'm currently on my lunch break and decided that we're gonna film on the lunch break. But before we do that, let's mute the computer. It's still on. So I have some loose decorations here from different books, but sticker books, but I do also have other sticker books on this side. And so we are going to, I think, pretty much use this one where it's the pumpkin vibes and kind of like figure out how I can do this. I actually just decorated my October monthly in my digital planner on my iPad, and it came out so pretty, and I will pop a picture up here soon for you guys to see if you want to see that. And so let's see. Today is therapy day, but before we stick this down, let me get rid of the things that I don't usually use, like the pre-information stuff. I don't use this. I don't use like important or priorities. I never really use these because things are different, you know, each month. Sometimes I do. In the beginning, when I was doing planning, I actually for the very first time was doing it, and now I find myself not even like doing it. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna center this down here and get that down there in the center. That looks pretty good. And then we have this other one over here, and we're going to figure out where we're going to put that along with all the other stuff. I had rescheduled therapy. I have therapy every 2 weeks on Thursdays at 4 p.m. But I actually rescheduled last week because I needed to meet with my boss and kind of catch up with her, because we've been so busy this month at work, and so I didn't really get to catch up a lot with her. And so I kind of like, you know, I'll reschedule. Plus I really wanted to kind of take time for myself that day and just kind of relax after. So when I was done chatting with her, I got offline and just kind of did like a me moment. Yesterday was a hard day for me. Yesterday was September 23rd. It's currently September 24th, and it was a hard day for me because I don't know, I had a really emotional day yesterday. One, it's job related. I feel compelled to shift in my career. I'm asking God to guide me in each step that I'm currently deciding to take. I was on TikTok the other night cruising because I couldn't sleep. And one of the side effects of the medication that I'm currently on sometimes causes insomnia. And so I couldn't sleep. And I was like, okay, so I was just cruising TikTok. And then I watched this girl talk about, her doing that challenge. If you guys haven't seen it, people are using like ChatGPT, Claude, and different AI apps to kind of like help them build their life. And tell them how to achieve it. And so I actually did it for my life coaching business but in the social media realm, because I don't really have a social media presence. I don't know if I want to get clients from social media, but maybe I do. And I can help, sometimes you never know where things will take you. And so I asked it a couple of questions of how to build my social media platform in 3 months. I said, give me 3 months in the next 90 days from October 1st all the way to December, just to kind of get an idea of it. I figured out to cater towards my life coaching, women empowerment, helping women change their lives and gain, a different perspective and different outlook in the life that they're currently leading. I see a lot of women online talking about how they struggle with understanding if they should make any kind of life changes. Some of them are afraid to do that. And I'm here to tell you, do not be afraid to change. Do not be afraid to start over. Starting over seems to be scary for a lot of women, especially Black women. I don't know who else is watching this. If you're white, it doesn't matter what color you are, but as a woman, as a Black woman, we are trained to keep that job because it's an income. We are trained to stay in bad relationships because what society or people, our friends and family, see it as, oh, here you go with another relationship not working out, and you feel compelled to stay in a relationship that no longer serves you, whether it be friendship, whether it be a relationship, a physical relationship with a man of the opposite sex or someone from the same sex. It does apply. It doesn't matter what sexual orientation you are, but we tend to find ourselves in positions where we are staying stuck. And the reason that happens is because we are afraid to start over, and we are afraid to distance ourselves from the viewing eyes of others who criticize us, when the big critic is the person that we look at in the mirror every single day. And I've come to the conclusion that when I'm helping a client rediscover who they are or who they're about to become, one of the things that I really focus on is helping them see themselves in the mirror first. I want you to see your current self first before you take the opportunity to change, because here's the thing: in order to change, you have to understand what it is that you are trying to change before you can change. That is where a lot of people make that mistake, because they are not in tune with the person that they're currently trying to change. Oftentimes they only see one area that they want to change, but they don't realize that in order for it to be successful and for you to gain over time, is that you actually have to look within and change everything so they all could align. So for example, financially, if you're in a bad place financially, one of the things that you have to also change is, not only do you want to change how you handle your finances, but you also want to change the relationship that you have with your finances. Oftentimes we don't have a good relationship with our finances, so we tend to overspend. We tend to become the consumer that over purchase or overspend, or find ourselves in binds that we can't get out of financially. So in order to change that, you have to actually identify what your current relationship is with money, with finances, how you handle your current situation with finances. But then it also has to deal with the idea of, okay, can I recognize when I need to put myself on a budget? Do I have the willpower to set boundaries when it comes to me seeing something online that I think is really, really beautiful? I want it so bad, but do I have that innate ability to stop myself from pursuing that thing that I just saw online because I saw one of my favorite creators wearing it, or I saw my favorite content creator purchasing it, and I am like, do I have the capacity to break away from that? That's the relationship you have to think about first. Then the next step is, once you've identified that relationship you have, you're going to look at your current situation. You're going to put all your bills down. You're going to identify all the areas where you spend money apart from your basic necessities. That's what you're going to look at, and you're going to it's going to shock the hell out of you when you see it on paper, when you identify it, when you really take a good look at it. I know a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are afraid to make changes when it comes to the things that they're doing. You often hear when people say, "Oh, I want to budget. I want to also cut areas in my life," and you hear people say, "Well, get rid of that cable bill. That's not serving you any purpose." Or you'll hear someone say something along the lines of, "Well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be using Afterpay." And I put that out there because it's funny. I watched a TikTok where the girl was saying how Afterpay and those buy now, pay later things are a death trap. But that's a death trap because you don't have a great relationship with your finances, because no matter what you do, whether it's a credit card payment, or it's, you're saving money to buy something, groceries, or a big, expense that happened, it's how you manage your money, how you have the relationship with money that will allow you to not default into bad habits. And I think until we learn to teach that to others, then that's the only way we will understand what is really going on in our lives. I had to learn it the hard way. Anything that I'm saying to you is not something that I'm just spitting out of my mouth because I'm a life coach. I actually did the work. I had a really bad relationship with finances. Not to the point where I would overspending money or doing anything, but the relationship I had was fear. I was so afraid to spend the money that I worked so hard for, because I was programmed to always have a nest egg, to the point where I was lacking in so many areas. I didn't have a good wardrobe. My shoes were horrible. I was buying cheap shoes, and I had the money I had a great job. I'm, financially in a good place to treat myself. And I got to the point where I was struggling so hard to understand, why am I not living? And so when I hit 39 and I was talking to my therapist, getting ready to turn 40, I said to her, I really have a bad relationship with money because I am so afraid to spend it. That if I bought something nice for myself beyond the budget I've set, I was scared. I felt guilty. I felt like, how dare you give yourself that bracelet, that tennis bracelet? How dare you buy that expensive pair of boots from, Steve Madden or wherever? How dare you spend $170 on something? It was just to the point where my budget for myself, where I treated myself, was in the realm of $50 to $60 every paycheck. And it was either coffee, books, to the point where I stopped buying books because I started feeling guiltier. And so I learned that in order to stop this cycle, I needed to change my mindset about money, my relationship with money, why I was so worried about not being able to survive or have the money, that if something happened, I started to make a plan. And the plan that really helped me was, once I got that relationship with money down pat, I ended up purchasing a home without a man. I didn't buy my house with my husband. I bought my house for myself for my 40th birthday. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, upstairs, downstairs, a little over 1,700 square feet. It's mine. I have a beautiful back porch. I have beautiful trees in the front of the yard. I have a little garden in the backyard that I created for myself. And then my son was getting ready to go off, graduate high school, and he left, and it was me all alone. And I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? But I had such a great relationship that I curated with myself to be able to live and feel comfortable. I'm not a renter. I don't like to rent. Renting made me feel very trapped in a way, like I wasn't seeing anything. It just made me feel like claustrophobic. And when I bought my house and realized like, oh wow, this is my space, I'm curating it in a way that it makes me feel loved, it makes me feel comfortable, it makes me feel warm, it makes me feel satisfied. And I now know how to have a great relationship with money to the point where I'm able to pay my bills on time. I'm able to spend money to treat myself and enjoy the luxury that I've, worked so hard for. I was homeless. I had been evicted when I lived in New York City with a kid. I went to court many days trying to get time so I could pay my bills. I was struggling to pay my bills when I lived in New York in my early 20s, my mid 20s. I had a great job. I was the girl that went to school and got a great job in finance. But however, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do with my finances. But once I figured it out, there was no turning back. So I say all that to say I am sharing my testimony with you guys. These are some of the things that I talk about with some of my clients. I share my testimony. I try to make sure that my clients understand that I'm not going to steer them in a wrong path. My journey is not a reflection of theirs and vice versa. My journey is just here to help you figure out how you want to set yours. I share what I did, what was important to me, what areas of my life needed improvements, and where I made the improvements, so you can see that when you sit in the chair and you turn your computer on and you get ready to talk to me and you tell me the issues that you're having and where you feel the lackluster moments are, that's where I come in to help you feel redirected, to help you figure it out one step at a time. So that's just what my life coaching skills have brought me to do. So here is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy it. I didn't put anything down. I will write off camera. But I want to add something from the book, Babes sticker, because October because it's a cozy vibe, I actually plan to do a lot of reading this month of October, because this is something I love to do. I really love to read and just catch up on that and just kind of be in the element of it. I know autumn is in September, but we're going to still, winter doesn't come for a long time. So we're going to put this autumn right here. And then, as you know, I just got rid of all that area, but we don't need to put much up here, but we're going to add cozy vibes, because we're definitely going to be reading a lot during the month of October. I just want to be in that elements. Will I read some spooky books for the fall? I think I should. I don't really read those kind of books, but one book that I was interested in was The Wren in the Library. I don't know if anyone's read that yet, but yeah, The Wren in the Library. I have that on my TBR. I did pick it up, but I did not go in and actually finish it, so, or even fully start it. I started like the first page or so, and then I put it down to go back to it. So I want to say thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little conversation you just heard me say. And this is a cute little October currently. It's giving me all the feels of orange and browns, and just loving it, just loving it. I didn't put too many pumpkins out in these areas because I'll write some little things down. I will be traveling to the Nashville office to October, and then I'm also traveling the following week after that to the corporate office in Chicago. And so yeah, that's where I will be heading out. I will be on the road for work. Ooh, I'm dropping everything. I will be on the road this month for work. My anniversary is October 19th. Yeah, my husband and I were going to figure some things out. He's going camping right before I go to Chicago, and so he'll be back the day before I leave with his friends, and then I'll be heading out. So just him and the dog, and yeah. So I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye, guys.